What is up, guys? This is Nick. We are back. Been a minute. I'm going to start trying to do weekly videos for my card show pickups. And I'm going to try to get you some B-roll for the different card shows just so you can see. I'm not huge on jamming the camera in people's faces and recording every deal. It's just not my thing. You kind of I feel like, in my opinion, you put people on the spot, and it's not necessarily, they may say yes in the moment, but they don't actually want to do it. And then I feel like sometimes I don't want people to feel pressured. I always tell people they can back out of deals if they're not comfortable with it. I feel like sometimes you do deals on camera just because you feel pressured too. And so I never want that. But that's just my opinion. But I'll try to get B-roll and stuff like that. And I also don't want to ask people for a channel with 500 subscribers. I just don't think it's worth it. I could try to set up like a camera that doesn't record anyone's faces or anything like that, and just records like my hands in front of me. So maybe we'll work on that, but I don't know. We're still a channel with, it's a channel with 500 subscribers. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I tried to go through and put sticky notes on the price. I don't do this while I'm at the show. Maybe I should, but I don't, because I know exactly how much cash I took. And so then all I got to do is subtract that from, what's left, and I can figure out how much I spent at the card show to put on for taxes and such. So this one is weird because I don't really think this Bijan went with these two, but I know I didn't just buy these two. I remember buying these two and paying $20, but that's definitely not what I offered looking at like the two cards. I definitely didn't want just $2 off of these. So I want to say the Bijan was in there, but the Bijan sticker doesn't match, so I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I think that's the only one where I'm like, I don't really know what happened there. So that's the first deal. Next was this Mason Graham. Paid $20 on this RPA. I think it's a little bit of an overpay, but sometimes these RPAs I'll overpay a little bit because they're good. They're good whatnot inventory, to be completely honest. Next, I paid $5 on this Marcus Allen Championship Fabrics. Just liked the Super Bowl logos. I've had these before, like for Tyreek Hill. I don't know who else I've had, but for $5, I'll take the chance on the Marcus Allen. Actually, I've had good luck selling patches on whatnot lately, so I was happy to pick that up. This was picked up. There was a guy that sold me some stuff. I'll show you sometime later. But he moved and found his correct table, and we talked a little bit more. Just picked this up, just kind of as a courtesy. Every once in a while, I'll do that. But out of 99, Joe Mixon for $5. Not a great, but I do like the football patch. Paid $12 on this Jackson Dart. Offered 10. He said he paid 10, so he would do 12. It's a certified patch out of $4.99. Didn't look at comps at all, but it feels good for an out of $4.99 Dart. So pick that up. Next, I'm also going to talk about, there's some deals that I made that not overly happy with. This one I'm not overly happy with. It's a Penei Sewell auto out of 50 from Leaf Ultimate Draft. Lamar Jackson patch, Stars of the NFL from 2020. I think this is player Warren Lamar, so that's not bad. And then Joe Montana auto. It's not numbered out of Leaf. I paid $75 on this. Looking back, I really would want to be... Sewell doesn't have a lot of autos, but I don't know if he's still selling hot. He was like selling really hot for a while. So I'm not quite sure how he'll sell and whatnot, but I really wanted to be at 15, 10, so 25 here. And then I really wanted to be at like 40 on the Joe Montana. I think I offered 65, and he was just at 75. That's really where he wanted to be. And I really got to get better of just walking away. It's $10, but it's $10 on a $75 deal. I should just be like, yeah, I gave my best number. It is what it is. There's a couple of those in this video, so we'll talk about that more when we get to it. Next is this $50 deal. This is a Brock Purdy, CMC, and George Kittle triple patch. Been getting asked a lot for Niners on whatnot, so I always tell people in chat, I try to pick up stuff that you ask for, and that was one that gets asked for. Andre Ware, patch auto. He sold well for me the last time I've had Andre Ware, just like base autos. So pick this up just to see. And then an Amon-Ra St. Brown, Limitless Materials, 46 out of 75 patch. I think I valued these at 10, paid the full sticker, 15 on that, and then, what was that, 25, and then 25 on the triple patch. So some of it, we'll just see how it goes. Some of the stuff I haven't had before, so it's a little bit of a game there. 40, this was a guy I did a deal with, and then I came back to grab these. I think these are called Sparkles of Cooper Flag. He still gets requested, not as much because he's kind of been mid, but still favorite for Rookie of the Year with Con Kneppel. So did pick up those Cooper Flags for $40. I don't know. I didn't look them up, but I know like the bases are like $4 or $5. I tend to get 4 to 7, 8 on Whatnot. So I felt like what I view says like 12, 12, 16 or something like that. Is that right? Yeah, 12, 12, 16 would be, yeah, that'd be 40. So we'll see. Hoping to get like 16 to 20 on these two and then maybe a little bit more on this. But I have no idea. Took a little bit of a shot in the dark on those Cooper Flags. I don't comp everything when I'm at a show. Sometimes I just go on instinct. Like this Troy Franklin, I'm going to guess it has comps in the teens. Paid $30 for the pair with this Trayvon Walker to 50 auto. But Troy Franklin hot with Bo Nix. I was proud of myself. There was a guy I offered 40. It was a Blake Corum RPA from Select, a Troy Franklin Bo Nix dual rookie patch, and was it a Jamar Chase patch? It all added up to like $55, and I wanted to be at 40, like hard at 40. And he came back at 44, and I said no. I said I really 40 is my max, and he said, well, I want to really be at 44, and I said I'll just pass, and I passed over $4, but I was happy I did. I get kind of pulled into buying some stuff sometimes, and there'll be one later on. I think I paid $12 on this. I'm not honestly sure. I know I paid $3 on this, and then I honestly can't remember what he told me on this Brandon LaFell. I remember it, but then I remember having the conversation with him about it. I want to say he said he would do. I know the Marion he wanted 3, but then I want to say he said something. I know I got $1 bills from this guy, so I don't remember. I think it was $12. It's not all that big of a deal. In the scheme of things, that's, it's whatever. I do love these cards. They do tend to sell pretty well and Whatnot. These nice, like, in-zone icons. I've had a couple of them. Cedric Benson's probably the best named player I've had of them. And so, yeah. I'll try to pick those up every time I see them. This was a weird one. I probably should have just walked away. I probably should have just bought this and walked away, but an Eckler out of 25 and an Alexander Madison iMac auto. I asked to see the Ecklers, and he pulled out a bunch of Alexander Madisons. He was like, if you like mid running backs, I've got more for you. And I pulled this out. I paid him $60 on this. He really wanted to be at 70, and I was like, I don't think I want to be there. I said I might just buy the Javonte, and then he goes, I'll do 60. So, the Javonte is what caught my eye because people asked for Cowboys. But kind of, I don't think I make money on this lot, to be honest. But it's the card show thing. I make mistakes. I will fully admit it. So this was a bit of a package deal. It was 2 guys separate, but they were like sharing the table. So I paid $150. He wanted to be at 75 on this, which I did not want to be at. It's a Phil Simms patch auto from Absolute. I think it's game worn. Yeah, it's game worn mem. A Sohan Select RPA, a quad auto of Xavier Legette, Luther Burden, Luke McCaffrey and Samuel Brown. And then this Vincent Jackson rookie auto, or RPA, actually. Didn't even actually realize it was an RPA. I think I wanted to be at like 65 or something on this, and he was like, I got to be at 75. And then he was like, yeah, this is my buddy's stuff. You'll have to talk to him. And I was like, if you can just do 75 on both, call it 150, it's fine. It's an ETN, Obsidian RPA, and then a Trevor Lawrence Super Glow first ever RPA type thing. I don't know. Are these game-worn patches? I don't think so. Well, it just says personally used, so I don't know if that means game worn from Super Glow or what it means, but yeah. I try to get QB autos and stuff like that, so picked up that T-Law. I felt okay about that deal for 150. What is happening here? This box is teetering. Okay. This was the very first deal I did. I tried to do a big deal with this guy, but we were just like off $5 on every card. So I ended up just paying him $165 for these two Amon-Ra's, which this is always going to happen to me. I always overpay on something at the beginning of the show because I'm always concerned like, oh, am I going to be able to find something like that again? You'll see I did. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's not terrible for two Amon-Ra Mosaic rookie autos, but it's definitely like paying 95, 100% on these, which is not great. And I got to crack it out of this cardgradingauthenticator.com slab. We are not leaving it in that. But yeah, guy was super nice, but we were just off. He had like some Hutch autos. He had a bunch of Lion stuff. It's a show in Lansing, Michigan. So, but I've never seen quite this concentration of one team. I know it's like an hour and a half or an hour from Detroit, but like when I go to Indianapolis card shows, there's not a bunch of Colts. So I'm not quite sure, but paid $165 on that. I'll be fully honest, bad purchase. I'll fully admit that. Another one of the first buys I made, I think actually this was the first buy I made. This Jahmyr Gibbs rookie patch PSA 9 and a Talisa Fuaga Zebra. 20 feels wrong. I think, did I pay 15? 20 might be right. Actually, I feel okay about that at 20. I think I wanted to be at 10 here and then 10 on the Fuaga. Just kind of, I guess maybe like I wanted to be at 8 and 12. Probably that's how I'd look at it. But yeah, can't go wrong picking up Zebras. There's definitely more of those in this deal. This guy was really nice. The Otani is what caught my eye because I thought it was 45 on this Otani. It's actually 95. I mean, ask 50 people. They're telling you that says 45. I mean, that's okay. But his girlfriend goes, he's got these cards here in the case. Do you want to take a look? And so I pulled out these two cards. So I paid $130 for the pair, or for the trio. I paid $75 on the Otani. I know that because I bought these first. Christian Kirk had a big game the other day. So I picked up the RPA. It's a PSA 7, but it's out of 50. The comps are really low, like 10 and $15. Feel like I can do better than that on Whatnot, but valued it at $10 in the deal. And then that puts this at the rest of it, whatever that is, 45, 55? Is that 55, 75, 85? No, 45. 45 on the Devontae Smith. It's out of 99, bookend 99 out of 99. It's about paying 100% of the Devontae Smith, but I felt good about getting these at the prices I did. The Otani has comps up at 95. I don't know what it'll do. Could be a good buy, could be a bad buy. This I felt good about. I would have paid 15, so can take 5 off of that. Probably would have paid 80 on the it's high on the Otani. It's tight on the Devontae Smith, but I am happy with that purchase. For it being tight. There's some other tight purchases here where I'm not happy about what I did. Trying to save some of the better. This was a bad one here. This is ones that I need to walk away from. So I pulled out some stuff and the guy said he'd work a little bit. And then I brought him up and then it was like, oh, that's my son's card. And then this is not his card. And then this is my card. And then pretty much just settled on these, and they were like 25 bucks and 40. So I paid 75 on it. This is definitely not a $40 card. I don't know why I bought it. This is fine at 25, but I don't know why I bought this at 40. That's just a bad purchase. I'm going to be brutally honest in these recap videos. Just completely honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to be completely honest. When I make mistakes, I'm just going to say it. Kenneth Walker and Breece Hall. So he said he wanted 90 on this, and I was like, can't do it. I was like, the last few comps are like somewhere between 40 and 60 bucks. And I was like, I just can't be there. I was like, it's no big deal. And he goes, well, my kid's going back to college. He needs some college money for next week. Or tuition's due next week. Not going back to tuition's due next week. And he goes, he needs some extra money. So he goes, because I wanted this Kenneth Walker, and he goes, what about 90? And I was like, I can't get there. I was like, I'll just buy the Kenneth Walker. And he goes, well, I'm willing to eat on the Kenneth Walker, help my son out. And I was like, honestly, 75 is more than I really want to pay. But the Breece Hall is a pretty cool card. So I was like, I'll take a shot on it in the dark. So paid him 75. I'm viewing it as 20 on the Walker, 55 on the Breece. I'm going to guess I lose on the Breece, but it is a cool card. And half of it sometimes is buying cool cards for whatnot to help move, some of the lower end stuff that I have. Like, I don't know, just for example, like this stuff. If I can get $3 a piece on all of this stuff, it makes me happy. Anything more than $3, I'm ecstatic. And so, it's some of that. All right. Lots of deals in this video. Going to be a long video. There's some massive deals. Paid 65 bucks on this. Knicks patch. Nick Bosa, rookie phenoms, player worn. Yeah, player worn Nick Bosa. Kyler Murray out of 50 from Spectra, and then a Jonathan Taylor auto. So I believe I paid 65. I think I offered 60. He countered back at 65, and that was okay with me. I would pay 60 bucks on Jonathan Taylor auto just because I get him requested. Even if it's one that I lose a little bit of money on, it's what am I trying to say? It's one that I'm happy to buy. But honestly, this will be like, if you value this at $5, I'll get more than $5. These are questionable, but I think with player worn, kind of just depends on the room. Sometimes my player worn stuff does really well with my buyers, and then sometimes it's kind of not the greatest. So we'll see. Moving on to the next one. There's a lot of these deals. This is the guy that I bought the Joe Mixon from. So this guy was nice. Felt like he was a little high, but I did want to kind of take a chance on this Amon-Ra. This was before, like I said, bought a lot of Amon-Ra. So I'm not even sure if I'll sell a lot of it, but Emeka Ibuka auto. Get asked for Ibuka so much. It's the only Ibuka auto I saw, so I did pick it up. Feel like I paid a premium, but would pay the $5 on the Danny Dimes. Player worn. It's instant impact. I think that should be rookie. And then I believe it was 30 and 45. So to get to 80 is how he phrased it. I probably would do 50, 25 and 5. That's probably how I'd look at it, but it's not a great buy in the Ibuka, but I do try to buy some stuff that people really want in my streams, even if it's a little bit detrimental to my profit line. $50 on this lot. Thought this was a nasty patches on this Jaden Higgins. Matthew Golden rookie auto, and then a Jackson Dart to 825. Not sure what these are doing, but number Jackson Dart. Paid $50 on the lot. Felt like it was a little low of an offer, but it's kind of where I wanted to be. $5 off of each, like 15, 20. That's how I explained it. It got the deal done. This guy was nice. Felt like I kind of lowballed him. I told him, I said, this might be a little low for you on this, but he did take it. So Josh Downs, couple Josh Downs autos, Kyron Williams, Notre Dame auto. And then I just thought this was a nasty patch on the Quorum. I paid him $50 for this. And once he said yes to that, because it's stickered at 75. So I was like, I don't know if you'll want to take this. I said I can probably put something back. Because realistically, I want to be at like 12, 8 for 20, 30, and then 20. That's how I wanted to be on it. So yeah. But once he said yes, then I offered $30 on this Ty Law. He had it at 40. Thought it was a sick looking booklet, so pick that up. It is Ty Law on the Jets, which is weird. But yeah, I did pick the booklet up. Have been picking up booklets. Had a booklet stream on Whatnot, but yeah, so we'll see. This was probably not a great buy. I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know. This might just be me at card shows. I talked to someone at a card show, and then I like ask about a bunch of pricing. I shouldn't feel bad because they don't have prices on their card, and that pisses me off to begin with. Like, price your cards at a card show. But I don't know. I asked how much these were, and he said, I'll do 15 for the 3. And I goes like, I don't really want to pay that much. But then I paid it anyway because I'm a bozo. Realistically, I'd want to pay 3, 4, 5. So I mean, it's only $3 off. I'd want to pay 12 probably on it, 12 or 11, maybe 3, 3, 5. The Tyree Wilson is out of 50, but yeah, I don't know. That was a poor decision. I'm just gonna be honest. This I paid $50 for, so this was a weird deal. Once again, we don't price anything. I offered $10 on the Ibuka, and he kind of him-hawed around because it was his kid's card. Which that's been a big theme, is that, you know, it's they're people's kids' cards. But Ibuka patch, $10 on that. One of the hottest rookies. I don't know if that's great. I sold one of these Tets on stream. I think I bought another one. There's another one somewhere later. I sold one on stream for like $14-16 or something. So I don't know. He came back and said 18 for the pair. And then I asked him how much he wanted on this McBride. And he said $40-50. And then he goes, I'll make it easy. Just call it 38 or 32. And then it's 50. And I was like, okay. I have no idea what the McBride does. It's out of 299 RPA. Nice patch, but $30. Felt good about these two in the deal. So, yeah. So pick those up. This was a weird one. Once again, did something, I don't know, to be nice for I don't know what reason. $85. So I initially offered on this, and I wanted to be at 45. What did I want to be at? 45, 60? Yeah, I wanted to be at 60 on this. And he goes, oh, I can't go 80% on the dart. And I go, which I offered 50% on the Amon-Ra, so and 75% on the chase. Those weren't a problem, but it was like, you didn't want to be at 80% on the dart. But I was like, they do between 40 and $50. I said, I don't know if I'd value it at 50. And then he goes, I guess. I said, if you want to throw this Travion in for 15, I said, that's fine. Trying to, bigger deal. Maybe people, sometimes they want to do it. Then he goes, I can't do 75% on the Travion. But then I showed him comps, and it's like 100% on the Travion. And he kind of reluctantly said yes. And then I threw this in and took it at full, which I don't know why I'm doing that. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's very fair. Like, if you look up the comps, I feel like it's very fair. I wanted to be at 5 on the Amon-Ra, which I feel like is a fair price for a non-rookie blue hyper patch. Rookie Jamar Chase, $15. 40's pretty strong on the dart. 15 is full comps on the Henderson. And then I don't know why I'm forcing paying 100% on this. It's a nice card. It'll sell. It's GT. And Jack Besh is getting some hype because they traded Jacoby Myers. But yeah, I don't know. That's one of those deals where I kind of kick myself where I'm like, hey, you do not have to be this nice. Like, you do not have to cave to everyone. This, I don't even remember doing this deal. I remember finding the Ketel Marte, and I remember finding the Michael Wilson and some of this stuff. I honestly can't tell you. I don't even remember who the dealer was, but The Herbert was 20 bucks. The Chet was 8. These were both $6 or stickered at $6. The Braylon Allen was 20, 10, 10. Out of 27 Kyler for $10, I felt like, I don't know. It's probably not a great buy, but Ketel Marte home field advantage for 20, and then a Marcus Camby auto for 10. Not one of my favorite buys. Like, looking at it, it's kind of like, I don't know. But it's kind of, you can take some value. Like, I would pay the full sticker on these. So, like, that's $20. I would pay full sticker. I'd want to be at 15 on the Herbert probably. That's probably too high. I have not had great luck selling slabs lately. But 35. I'd almost pay $20 on that. It's case hit. It's good, whatnot, for people who like it. So 35, 55. I'd probably want to be at 65. Michael Wilson, I would take a shot on at 10. So, because he had that big game, 75, 80, 90. I don't know. It wasn't my favorite deal, to be honest. It's fine. It's good, whatnot stuff, but I don't know. Not doesn't make me the happiest for what I paid there. All right, we paid $130 here. Just some, I'm gonna have to crack these because these one touches are smoked and they're kind of gross. They've got like some stuff on it, but some different Strouds. These always sell decently well, even though Stroud has not been playing. So I don't know. Thought this Bradford patch was cool. Sometimes I just buy cool patches. Rookie Bo Nix patch, gonna buy that. Dart out of 50, Dynamite. Dart out of 18. There's the other Tet. He had 7 on it. The Puka auto was what was gonna really screw this deal. Just because I didn't want to value it there, but this DeAndre Swift patch auto I thought was nice out of 49. At only $15, I was all in on this. And then a PSA 9 Brian Thomas Jr. red, white, blue. Paid $130 on this. I think it comes sticker to $180. But I told him, I said, it's kind of the Puka. I said, I don't really want to be at 90 on the Puka. That's what they stickered it at. I do want the Puka, but I was like, I don't want it at what it's stickered at. But the thought process behind this is I would pay 15 straight up for that. Like, if someone said you got to pay 100%, the Swift is 15, that's fine. 15, 20. I wanted to pay $10 each on these, I think, so 40. I would pay the $5 on these, so 50. Would pay the $5 on these, 60. $10, 70, and then 60 on the Puka auto. Somewhere around there was what I was thinking when I made this deal. Could start going into that, but then some of these, I mean, we still got a hefty amount of cards, and we're 28 minutes in. This I paid $20 for. Laporta Prism, Ken Griffey Jr. PSA 8. Griffey sells pretty well on stream, and then a Deion Sanders 91 upper deck. Was stickered at 25. Paid the 20. The Bijan may have gone with this stuff, but then I don't know what went with those other slabs. But yeah, I do remember this deal. I feel like there was another card in here. Maybe it was the Bijan. Once again, doesn't match the stickers, so I'm not quite sure. But I know I paid this guy 20, but I feel like there was another card. Because I feel like I felt like I was like, it's kind of low because I think it added up to $30. So maybe it was the Bijan. Not a big deal. Like I said before, not a big deal. I don't know why I'm buying CJ Stroud. Was this the deal? No, this guy was cool. Him and his friend were set up. I think that Kyler, no, the Nick Bosa rookie was that guy, was his friend. So I bought this stuff from him, paid $140. Stroud, youngest quarterback, some Bo Nix color. Pretty much only buying Bo Nix and Drake May color anymore. Penix, even Caleb to some extent. Caleb does okay. Daniels is too expensive. People want too much. What's his name? JJ. They're too much because they usually are about the same price as these, like $8, and that's not what I'm getting anymore. But Drake May, I get well over 10. Bo Nix is about 10. So, when you're getting a percentage off. This guy had some Antonio Gibson stuff, so I did pick that up. $5 in bulk. I'll do that. Scope, Bo Nix. Felt like he would give me a good deal, so I did pick up this Prism Laser. I don't know what this is going for, but felt like it was worth the gamble. Demont, out of 25 I should probably stop buying Demont. He does not sell well for me anymore. I don't think the Lions fans care about David Montgomery anymore. He had a bunch of Adele Amadors. Thought this was a really nice patch on this one. NT, more NT, just nice patches. iMac, nice sets, too. NT, another NT, iMac, rookie sweaters, Hutchinson and Jamison Williams, dual sweater, another Bo Nix Green Wave, Otani, Mojo, Mark Andrews, Contenders, draft picks, rookie auto. That would do okay. Another Gibby, and then $5 Justin Herbert. I would say if you nailed me to it and asked me to like price these, 20. That's probably, I'm fine with that at 30, 40, 50, probably 60, 70, 80. Let's see. 90. Probably 100 there. 110. It's probably like 110, 120. And then, I don't know. Then you can, however you want to do that. It's probably less on some of this stuff, looking at this. Because that's like 120. I'd probably pay 20 on that. So that's we're already at 140. 160. I mean, we're over what the estimated value in my head of what I'd want to pay, but yeah, something like that. I'll try to do it. Not all of these am I gonna go through and do that with, but there was that. Okay, moving on. So this is one of the worst stacks. I should have put it back, should have left it, and should have gone. Should have probably just bought this DeAndre Swift. Paid $190 on this. It stickers to like $215. And so I brought this up to him. I asked him, I said, if I take a chunk of stuff, can you work a little on it? And he goes, oh yeah, for sure. He goes, yeah, just grab some stuff. He goes, yeah, we'll work. And then I pulled out all this stuff. And I took it over to him. I think this Davion Mitchell is going to be for PC. I love the team slogans from National Treasure Collegiate. So probably going to keep this Davion Mitchell for PC. Which I'll tell you how I do figure in PC stuff. Mike Evans and Okuda for $5 PSA 10. And then a Wemby PSA 9. Like, I'd never buy this Wemby. And so I take it up and I go, yeah, it stickers to 215. 215. And he goes, I'll do 205. And I was like, what? He goes, yeah, I think they're fairly priced. He goes, I don't have much room. I said, you said you had some room on them. And he goes, yeah. He goes, but normally I just tell people I don't have any room. And I was like, okay. I was like, I'll put some stuff back. And he goes, well, what are you thinking? And I was like, well, realistically, I want to be at like 85%. And he goes, oh, I can't do that. And that's when I should just put it back and walk away. But I paid 90%, which was $190. So yeah. But honestly, I'll probably view this Davion Mitchell as $25. I'll view these as 15, so that puts us at 25. See, the problem is I'm going to have to view a lot of this at like full comps. So 25 puts us at 40, and then 45, 55. I really don't want to value that at that, but 55, 65, going to have to call that 75, 85, 95, 105. Probably going to have to value so that's crazy, the Cousins. 125, 135, 145, 175, 190. I mean, that's probably going to have how I'm going to have to view it, which is bad. That's definitely a deal I should have put back. And it's not, I don't say any of this, it's not on the dealers I'm not like upset at the dealers. It's my own fault that I like buy this stuff. I could easily walk away, but I don't. And so that is on me. I am not upset with the dealers. It's not their fault. It is my fault. I paid $145 on this. I bought 2 sealed sports video games. Just gonna sock them away. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but they're not included in this deal. I could probably put this at 140 I paid 155. I'd probably pay $15 for the 2 sealed video games just because I don't know. I like sealed video games from time I don't know. I pick them up from time to time. But I paid $145 on this. I'll tell you what I'm viewing it as. I took a little bit of a shot. I don't think buying these Topps Now cards is great, but I take a shot every once in a while. But I really would want to be at this one. I want to be lower. So this one I want to be at 5. I'll say 6 just to make the math easy. I would pay the full number they wanted on this. They wanted $8 on these gold cups, second year gold cups, Botani. So that's 30. I don't know what I want to be at on the Judge. 30. I don't know what I want to be at on this. I want to see if I can get there. 35. These Otanis, I would pay the 7. There's like some random Otani slabs. That's rookie Otani. I mean, it's Leaf, but it's rookie Otani. Just some Leafs. They were priced at $7. I would probably pay 25. So I don't even know what that put us at. 30, 55. I would pay the 20 on this just because it says rookie. We'll see how it does on Whatnot. I'm a little bit... that's more of a tester, so that puts us at 75. Which means these two have to equal 70. That's not bad. I'm okay with that. Judge rookie and an Ohtani rookie. 2018 Bowman. I don't know. That's a little bit of a weird one. Those guys were super nice too. All right, let's do this one next. Paid $475 for this. Little Lad McConkey did this one fairly early in the day. Quentin Johnston, black RPA. Doug Baldwin auto. Took a little bit of a shot on that just to see. Jamal Williams. Don't know how he's selling anymore. Don't think it's great. Always get asked for Packers, so I try to buy it when I can. Romeo Dobbs. JJ McCarthy. RPA out of Absolute. Justin Herbert auto. Cracked Dice auto. And then a JSN. Nasty patches on the JSN. Do feel like I overpaid a smidge on this lot. Felt like I could have done a little bit better with the money. But good stuff for back wall, advertisement cards, I guess. That's how I view like the big stuff. This has been a big thing at shows recently. I paid $165 on this. Is like these pre-magged. I think they're doing it for like Whatnot people. Their goal is to like attract the Whatnot people so that they have them in the one touches already. But a lot of the time when we do this, or when I do this, it's not like that simple. It's like I get the one touches and they're scratched or there's some damage on them, and so I got to switch them out anyway. Thought that Chris Long was cool. George Teague, Cedric Tillman, Joe Hayden game used, Hunter Henry, Julian Love auto. I thought this was sick. It's Josh Doxson, but flawless Josh Doxson rookie progression. It was priced at $10, probably too high, but it is flawless. I don't know how like a random dude's flawless will sell, so we'll see. Milrow patch. Picked up this Julian Sayin, may win the Heisman. Don't know if that'll do good on stream, but picked it up. Robert Woods, thought that was a cool card. Couple of Patriots, Braxton Berrios and Chad Ryland. People like the kickers autos, so I pick them up. Jonathan Jones, Dallas Turner, MJD, thought that was a nice little auto. Maurice Jones-Drew. Aaron Murray, thought this was a nice looking Spectra RPA. Is Aaron Murray, and then a Michael Mayer. 165 on that. I think it's stickered at like 2 something. So felt decent about that pickup. All right. Picked up a crap ton of junk slabs from a guy. $140 also includes this Ed McCaffrey Zebra. So the non-stickered stuff, he had it like $10. I think I paid like 75% on this or 80% on this. I don't even know who Justin Hamilton is really, but PSA 10 auto for $5. Austin Safarian Jenkins RPA in a slab. Fred Taylor, Plaxico Burress. I mean, a lot of this stuff I'm into it at $3 or, you know, 3.5 or whatever, however you want to view it. Mark Barron, rookie ticket auto. Strasburg, PSA 10 rookie. AJ McCarron, jumbo RPA from Finest. Joseph Randall, select RPA. I mean, it's not like the greatest stuff. I think this Dontari Poe is nice. Thought this cap was interesting. Atomic rookie refractor die cut. For $10, I'll take a chance. Tavares King, PSA 10. This Justin Blackmon, if I didn't have just picked up that sick auto, I would almost do this Justin Blackmon as PC, but I picked up a sick auto the other week, so. Marcus Lattimore, 10. Eric Ebron, 10. And then, or 9, and then another AJ McCarron. Not the highest quality stuff. I will not sit here and act like that's great quality, but I think it's decent value. I should do pretty good with it on Whatnot. I did this deal. So this deal's weird. It's got to be prefaced with the fact that the stickers like are irrelevant to the deal. So I paid $800 all in for this. So this Lamar Downtown is stickered way too high. It's like $350 on a good day. So if you want me to go through this, we can. I wanted to pay $325. This was Pandora. I thought it was cool. Didn't look at comps. I wanted to be at 55 on it, I think. So what does that put us at? 325. 380. Was gonna pay the $80 on the Shadur because I want to gamble. 380. I really don't know where this goes, this Amon-Ra. I think it went with this one, but it doesn't exactly match his stickers, so I don't know. So we were at 380, 460. I'm just gonna put it in here and say it's $5. It's not, but I don't know where it goes. 465, if you want me to be honest. The Bucky is about 150. I'm gonna crack them out of these. I don't think these slabs add any added benefit. I just really don't think so. I think it's better raw. Maybe I'll leave it in, but whatever. So we're at 460. I wanted to be at 140 on that. So 465, 6. And then this does about $60, or that's where I wanted to be, is about $60. Don't have a whole lot of explosives ever, so I'm okay paying a little bit. So that was 560. Maybe it was more than I wanted to be at on this stuff, because that doesn't math correctly. Doesn't math correctly. Why does it look like someone got murdered on the bottom of these slabs? Why are they red? Like, is that on the outside? I don't know. There's a mix of a bunch of slabs here. Why am I like off on my numbers here? I feel like I did the numbers in person. Maybe I was gonna pay 100% on these, and that's where. Maybe that's what it was. So 350, 575, 650. Yeah, maybe that was it. I'll show you why I wanted to pay higher on this. Some of this I need to get some of this type of stuff for Whatnot. And with the deal later on, that's what it was. I wanted to pay higher on that. And then he cut me a crazy deal on this to get the deal done. I didn't want to pay 100% on this, so you can view it however you want with this stuff. It's just a mix of low-end slabs. Nothing crazy. Actually, I think... Why do I feel like these didn't go in this deal? I don't think the Kawhi or I think the Kawhi or the Ja went in a different deal, but it's okay. It's just a bunch of really cheap, low-end, nothingness slabs. But honestly, that I'd pay the $5 on. But yeah, I think essentially this stuff just got like chucked in to make the deal work at 800. Nothing special. It's not worth anything. But essentially, we'll talk about it. There's 2 deals left to go over in this video. I wanted some of this stuff for the Whatnot stream. I know I paid extremely strong on it. We're just going to see how Shedeur does tomorrow. If he does terrible, maybe I will keep those or send them to DC instead of Whatnotting them. But yeah, that's a play and a half. But we're going to do this, and then we're going to talk about the best deal of the day. And then we're going to get the heck on out of here. So, paid $650. It's 90% kinda on this. Felt like good numbers were given, so probably feel like I'm more into it for 85% than 90, but Gibbs RPA out of limited out of 499. Aiden Hutchinson auto out of 49 from limited. Amon-Ra St. Brown RPA out of Obsidian. That is numbered 299. Oops. Jahmyr Gibbs impeccable rookie auto out of 49. Jahmyr Gibbs red mosaic out of 99. And then this nasty Jameson Williams RPA out of flawless. I don't know if I'm going to sell this on Whatnot. This might be a DC Sports send, but I haven't quite decided yet. But that Jameson Williams is nasty. One of the coolest pickups I've had in a while. And then by far the best pickup, I believe I spent $835 with this person. So I pulled out a bunch of stuff, and she initially goes, how about, it was $937. She goes, how about $850? And then she goes, oh no, because we had talked. She goes, oh no, you do Whatnot. She goes, let me make sure I give you room. And then she came back and she goes, I'll do, what about 25%? 700, or 25% off 700. And I go, yeah, that's fine. And she goes, if you want to pull out anything else, let me know, and I'll give you a deal on that. So this is just a lot of really good Whatnot stuff. Hutch auto, Jalen Hyatt RPA, nasty RPA. Steph Curry numbered. Quentin Post with a nasty patch. Trace Jackson Davis. Kuminga from Prism Black. Ben Shepherd RPA. Tyrese Halliburton. So we're into this for $835. Jalen Johnson silhouettes patch. Is this game worn? Yeah, it's game worn. Jalen Johnson. Dominique Wilkins auto. Drew Holiday auto. Sam Hauser auto. Baylor Shireman auto. PJ Washington game used patch. Mikal Bridges. Drew Holiday. Kevin Huerter. Jameson Williams RPA. More Detroit. So much Detroit, dude. It's crazy. Chet Sensational Signatures. Marvin Mims Elegance RPA. Vando Obsidian. Austin Reeves auto. Tyler Hero Fast Break auto. Desmond Bain patch auto. This nasty Jalen Wells patch. Jalen Clark RPA. OG Anunoby auto. Another OG Anunoby auto. Another Chet auto. Miles Turner auto. Maxence Prosper RPA. He is playing for the Grizzlies right now. So I did pick that up. I don't know. The Whatnot people are kind of not like the most informed on like who's hot right now or who's playing, but yeah, like I don't know. My Davion Mitchell still don't sell, and I keep buying them. Traquavion Smith, just thought that was a nice patch. Was $5. So whatever 70% of $5 is, what is that? $3.40? $3.40? Or no, 7 times 5, $3.50. No, be a little bit more than that because 75%. Whatever. Tyrese Maxey, that was a nice patch. It's out of 5. Ryan Repair, nasty patch on that. Scoot Henderson, Equinox Wimby, Cason Wallace auto, Nucleus, Goff, Hutch, and Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra Sunday Spectacle patch. Bunch of Lions. Trifecta, Amon-Ra, DeAndre Swift patch, CD, Chase Brown, numbered to 149 on the rookie. Winning ticket, Lamar. Fire and Ice, Odunze. William Perry auto. Ice Likely auto. Kyle Hamilton auto. Nate Wiggins auto. Lamar Sunday Spectacle patch out of 60. Derrick Henry Trifecta patch. Lamar out of 199. Drake London rookie out of 325. Drake London rookie patch. Saquon numbered out of 99. Mike Evans out of 150 patch. Abuka, the rookies. Charvarius Ward patch auto. I feel like I've had that card a lot. George Kittle trifecta. Had a lot of trifecta. This lady was so nice. We talked for a little bit. So nice. Not because she gave me a deal. She was super nice whether she gave me the deal or not. Rod Woodson auto. Adrian Peterson out of 99. Puka patch out of 249. Blake Corum rookie of the year auto. Kyle McCord RPA. Couple of Jeremiah Trotter numbers out of Photogenic. Thought that was just cool. Out of 25 and out of 75. Ballers Garrett Wilson at 249. There's a couple of Lamine Yamals. So national debuts of Lamine Yamal. Star clusters Stroud and Caleb Williams. Out of 25 patch of AJ Dillon. Herman Moore, black auto, midnight signature. Love those midnight signatures. They look sick. Josh Downs, limited RPA. Puka, magmatic patch. Jonathan Taylor out of 99. Jacoby Walter RPA. And then we got this Kylian Mbappe prophecy fulfilled for $15. Felt like that was a decent deal at worst. And then Scoot Henderson bronze checker. That's out of 49. PSA 8. I don't know. That's probably not the greatest pickup. And then crazy. I will say I paid about, this wasn't a crazy deal because it was off the 200 sticker, but Amon-Ra precision patch RPA out of 49 from Panini One. So bunch of Amon-Ra today. We have bought a lot of Amon-Ra St. Brown. So yeah, I am very happy. She was so nice. I will be going to her table every time. 1, because of the deals. 2, because I like her. But yeah, lady was super nice. Offered to mail this guy PC cards that he was looking for to complete a set. She didn't have them with her, but she had them at home. She offered to, they exchanged numbers and she was just going to ship them to him. She gave kids some free cards while I was there, some Disney cards. So just a really nice lady. I know, long video, 52 minutes. I don't know how to speed these up. Kind of just is what it is when you do a pickup video of this many cards. But yeah, that's going to do it, guys. Is this on the... Oh, it's on the top loader. Oh, it's on the top loader. Am I going to have to get out... Oh, the top loaders were so nice, too. Am I going to have to get out the blow dryer and take them off that way? Or am I just going to take them all out and eat it? I don't know. But I'll stop yapping. Appreciate you guys watching the long video. I mean, I guess you'll see this on Monday, maybe. But yeah, drop a like if you did, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you guys later. Appreciate y'all. Peace.